Nope, I got it. Thank you. Hi, Carla. Good morning.
Morning, Barry. I'm good. You? Reading. Okay. Morning, Lily. Morning, Lily. Well, I tried to eat up all the shrimp they had, but it just didn't work.
It didn't. Dang it.
I don't know why. I really like shrimp, but had enough last night.
I can't eat it. I should pick it.
You what?
I can't eat it. I said I would pick it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I used to be able to, but I think over the time I developed
I just
a
looked at you now.
sensitivity to it.
Okay.
And like iodine, I can't have that.
The button on
I can't have iodine and I can't
button there.
Okay. That sounds good. Thanks.
Like I said,
Maybe
used
that's
to
my
not-
Well,
problem.
thanks.
used to be able to, but oh my gosh, I'll never forget one time we were at some friend's house, and we had normal dinner like we do, and ew, that was not a good one. Not a good one.
Yes. My heart's so happy.
He got home in time for
He did.
the concert.
So they have a symphonic band, which is by audition, and Carmen's in that one. Then they put the whole band together. So he got there for her part. So it was good. So that little snot, I come in, I'm running because I get there right as the lights were dimming, and she saw me. And she's like, when her brother came in, she saw him. I'm like, oh, I understand why I rank is fine.
I'll give Beth my water.
Oh, I didn't, do you want it? Oh, wait.
I'm good.
It makes my eyes water today.
I know, I know, it's. What do you all say?
Yeah, I know, it is. Really chilly. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, morning.
Nothing.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hey.
Frozen?
Yes.
Leonard, do you want some coffee? I made it plain.
Yeah, I forgot for my.
Yeah.
Marilyn's got her Chiefs red on this morning.
I love
Where's yours?
it.
You're fine.
They're ready for Sunday.
Do you want cream or?
I know.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
how long will it take you to get there?
Just 6 hours.
Just 6
Just 6 hours, but almost 6 hours. I wanted to,
Get your breath.
Wayne flies in, he gets in at 4:30 today, so
Oh, yeah.
earlier, but I just, the week was too hectic and
Now he flies into work.
Kansas City, yeah. And too hectic, and I just
What do you do with your dogs?
take them with
them
me.
along?
Yeah, they love to go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
park.
I'm sure most dogs do.
Yeah, we start seeing those suitcases.
It's a time.
Sometimes I just have to go ahead and put him in the car, because, you know, he's 85 pounds in a small place. So,
Takes up a couple seats just by himself.
well, we don't have any seats in the back, you know. Don't know where they are. Is he gonna do that?
Gave Marie the day off of cooking. Get enough Christmas parties going on.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning. Or, okay, good morning, I'll stop the screen. Bring you a lunch then. I wish to, right? Those are all good. Dude, those are all good. I know. Well, it's when we don't have to work on Friday afternoon and we can have adult beverages.
Yep,
It's more fun.
well, El Rocky always feels like a treat pass, because Tony out, but we never
Yeah. Yeah,
go out to El Rancho sometimes, but
I still haven't been there. Does anybody want soccer for their? Oh. sorry. Which is the witch? Which is the witch?
No, they gave us green and red.
I get to go play kindergarten teacher today.
No.
I've got 4 or 5 different groups of subs out there working at a time, and these boys fight over my scissor lifts and my bobcats. Like, gosh, haven't seen you in forever.
I know. You gotta go mediate them.
Yeah. Boys, they're going, no, I need this, I need 2 scissor lifts, no, I need bug. I'm the one who writes your check, I will decide who
I'll tell you.
uses my equipment. We're done with you guys coming in and tattletaling on each other to me like you're kindergartner.
You get stuff paid, doing
Mental duress. They all get a little scared when I start walking around the construction site.
it. Start trading out, bro.
Yeah, things move a little faster.
I can hear it. Oh, shit, here comes Shanda.
All of a sudden brooms start getting used and stuff starts getting picked up. It's amazing. When you guys-
Yeah.
Oh, after we did the judging, that day, that that next morning when Facebook, Angel Gabriel.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Starting to worry you weren't gonna join us.
No, I'm here getting my son ready for school.
You guys ready? Oh, we need Bob. Bob's not coming.
Right.
Right, he's attending his son's graduation.
Congratulations.
Okay, it's 7:30. I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order. Garden City Community College special board meeting to talk about the John Deere expansion, building, and IT office complex bids. With that, I will turn it over to Dr. Ruda.
Okay, so we've had some conversations ongoing here over the course of the last semester, so in respect to ARPA funding, and stimulus funding that the state has had available through stimulus funds, specifically towards being able to expand and grow technical programs. We had submitted a grant specifically for expanding our existing John Deere building and allowing for growth within that program. We've had through the faculty leadership had growth there and industry demand to expand that program. So through this grant, we have been approved for $1,499,913 in state funding, which would go towards an expansion that we've been working with NEC and GMCN for really kind of outlining classroom space, shop space, and working within the context of that grant budget. We've had through this conversation, really also started then to look at, are there some opportunities for us to possibly look at addressing some areas that we have across campus as far as office space, bring up classroom space. So through these conversations, and prior to taking this out for bid, we did ask for an option on an alternate bid that would go out for consideration for IT complex, expansion of offices as well as server space. By doing this, then it would also free up one room that is currently being utilized by IT for storage and would be able to reallocate that back to classroom space. And then would also free up current IT office space that could be repurposed and utilized for other program expansion, faculty offices. So as we've gone through this, what you will see, I'll just kind of reference in your package that there is a kind of an outline of what is being proposed for the expansion, just so you can kind of put your eyes on what we have outlined here. So the John Deere expansion that we have would be a 6,747 square foot expansion. And then the IT complex would go just onto that existing, that new addition of the John Deere building, and would go on to the south towards the John Collins location building. But this would allocate 1,722 square feet that would be utilized, and as I mentioned, be able to office all of our IT staff in one location, as well as securing server space in this location here then as well. And really being able to free up classroom space, office space in the existing John Collins vocational building. So that was an alternate bid that we had taken out on the IT along with the John Deere. We did have bid openings yesterday. That pre-bid, we had three contractors that had shown the pre-bid meeting, 2 submitted bids yesterday. So Dick Construction and Lee Construction, both local contractors, submitted bids for both the John Deere expansion as well as the alternate bid on the IT. John Deere bid that we were recommending for your approval was submitted from Dick Construction for $1,423,400. So this is within our grant budget, within what has been allocated for us for this project. So we're recommending Dick Construction utilizing the secure grant funding in order to expand John Deere. The alternate bid that we were recommending also came from Dick Construction. It was low bid and best bid. It came in at $415,700. This particular project would be paid for specifically through capital outlay funds. We have the funds that are available and allocated towards this. And we feel like, particularly with the growth in a lot of our technical programs, being able to free up classroom space as well as additional office space for future expansion aligns with our master facility plans and strategic plan there within this proposal there then as well. So again, budget information is in front of you there that the grant would fund the John Deere expansion, capital outlay would fund the IT office complex expansion. We can happy to answer questions, and then we can also kind of look at dicing this up however we want to approve IT separately as an alternate. You could go to do that. If you want to review that and answer any questions regarding either of the projects.
I think you need the IT as much as you do the John Deere. I go in there and it looks to me like they're crowded as it is. That would be my suggestion. If we want to continue to grow, we gotta have the facilities to do it.
What would this open office area be used for in the IT area?
It's where all the technicians, that's their workspace.
Okay.
Kind of like what it is there.
There's sound box.
Yeah.
And there would be, there is talk of like, like a work counter probably, but then with some divisions, but just some millwork that would provide, a workspace plus, some privacy.
See on the bid sheet, the unit price, $25 cubic yard and $50 cubic yard. Is that?
So the unit price 3 would be for if there has to be, after we do the soil sampling, if there has to be any additional dirt work prior to site development, then this would be the cost for that dirt work.
I just wondered after the last contract.
There will be additional dirt work. I mean, every building, transportation building, STEM building, there were bad soil samples that came back. We had to do additional. Basically, it's bringing in better dirt, bringing in better dirt, and so there will be dirt work that we're expecting to be done. So that's the cost that would be incurred. Do have Nick check on the call if there's any specific questions you have. And Gabe, I mean, if there's any hard questions you have for Gabe, I'd encourage you to keep him awake and active this morning.
I'm awake, don't worry.
I think Gabe's made it pretty clear that this is a yes in his mind.
Yeah,
Not really doubting that at all.
Gabe advocates very well for his program.
Yes.
Expected completion date.
So as we had talked through this area would be the building. This is a pre-engineered metal building that will be delivered May of 23. So expectations are that with that arriving in May, that it could be open in August.
What's the faculty? You got more space, I assume you're gonna need more help. We're gonna have.
With John
faculty.
Deere.
Yeah, John Deere, we need more instructors there.
Well, so we actually hired a third full-time instructor there this year. So we did, you know, in planning through this and knowing that this grant, at that time, they're going through a planning process was going to be approved. We did put in a third faculty position. That person was hired and started working this fall. So staffing wise, we feel like we're in good position and been proactive on that end.
So he won't be on staff just the fall.
No, he started now. Yeah. Started now, which, you know, frees up Gabe to really be going out there and working with the industry partners and starting to create more of that recruiting pipeline leading into the expansion.
Is that sufficient?
3. Yes, if you ask Gabe, but there's always going to be requests and demands for more. With our space and what it is that we're planning for numbers with the program, yes, 3 is sufficient.
Dave, this is Marilyn. Can you just tell us how many students you take right now? And with the expansion, how many more students will be accepted? And what about equipment needs too?
So
information.
we've actually increased our freshman enrollment numbers. We were accepting 20 up until this previous year. This current fall 22, we actually accepted 32 freshmen. Starting next year, we're going to accept 35. So the hope is to be up somewhere around, by the time we have attrition through the first year, try to stick around that 50 number throughout the full year between freshman and sophomore. As far as equipment goes, we kind of started procuring some new stuff that we're going to need starting last year, just in foresight to know what we're going to need for once we start accepting more students and stuff like that. So we're not going to need a whole lot of large equipment. It's actually a lot of the smaller stuff. But we have started already gathering a lot of those materials that we're going to need for the expansion.
I would give credit. I mean, one of the things with this particular grant is this grant requires a 1-to-1 match. So our 1-to-1 match was specifically with equipment. So we gave, you know, through his work, secured over 1.5 million in equipment that will be donated to the program, which was utilized as that 1-to-1 match.
Gabe, what's your retention rate of your students?
We average about 80%. This year, we started with 22, and we're going into the spring semester with 17. We kind of pulled the trigger on a few, getting rid of them a little bit earlier, but we felt like the freshman students that we have now, we're very happy going forward. Their dealerships are very happy going forward, and typically the majority of our the students that we do lose is in that first semester. So like all of our sophomores, we have had since after their first semester, and we'll graduate all 17 of those. So we're very happy with those numbers.
Are the losses due to lack of really caring about being there, disenchanted with what they're seeing, what they're getting? Why What would be the main reason that you lose these people?
It's kind of a split between some of the students some students just aren't quite cut out for college. They're not prepared when they come in to do all of the work that it takes. One of the things we have noticed too is we always make them go work at their dealerships during school. And so they're really getting the hands-on experience that they need. And they figure out that being in a shop is not as easy as they think it's going to be, especially once you're out there in the middle of summer, it's 130 degrees. And so some of them just figure out they don't like the job, they don't like the career, they don't want to move forward. But we've got all kinds of avenues set in place to try to help them if there's any educational needs or if they need any support financially. We've got that route handled very, very well. So yeah, the majority of the attrition that we do have is not due to lack of access to help that they need at the school. It's just issues within dealership organizations typically, or they just don't want to be in college.
Any other questions? Okay, can I entertain a motion?
I make a motion, we approve bid construction for both proposals. Second.
The motion and a second to accept the bid from Dick Construction for the John Deere expansion and for the alternate bid for the IT expansion. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, thank you. Motion carries. And this meeting is adjourned. Nick, thank you. Gabe, thank you. Maddie, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you all.
Thank you.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Got to get off school, get down here, and go back.
I wanted to say, you still have your gyms on.
I did ask Gabe not to put his camera on.
Too much
Too
information.
much, yeah.
Really surprised we get a
Lynn, you want
bid.
to end the meeting?
Pardon?
Fire department, new house, and get a bid.
Well, so